Good evening, folks. How are you? Good evening to the Get Hired employment community, that is. How's everybody doing this wonderful Monday evening? My name is Vanessa Maddox. I'm the founder and chief bottle washer and recruiter of the Get Hired community. I want to welcome you all to my weekly video series called hashtag Tips from a Recruiter. Not going to keep you long tonight. Just want to give you a couple of handy dandy tips to make your job hunt life a little bit easier. Now, tonight I want to talk about two important topics. I want to talk about following up in a timely fashion, and I want to talk about saying thank you, that gratitude factor that will take you a long way in any situation, particularly the job hunt situation. All right. Number one, when you're interviewing and applying for positions, the first thing I want you to remember is, as a recruiter and relaying information from other recruiters that I've worked with over the years, please remember that you are not the only one applying for that position. Today's job market is ultra competitive, and now that it is a job seekers market, it's even more competitive. So, recruiters on average have tons of requisitions, job requisitions that they need to get filled on their desk, and they do not always have time to follow up with every candidate. In fact, some companies put a disclaimer on their emails that on their automated emails that you get when you apply, that they may not be able to get back to everyone. So remember that, okay? Also, over the years, I've heard people say, well, Vanessa, I applied, but no one ever called me. Okay, I want everyone to cut that out. You are not to sit around and wait for recruiters or hiring managers to call you. You have a tool called LinkedIn. Almost every professional on this planet is on LinkedIn. And guess what? If you go out there and poke around enough, you can find whoever you want to at any company. All right. So if I want to follow up on a application that I submitted online, I'm going to go and try to find the person that has my resume, and I'm going to find an email and I'm going to send them a note. It's very doable, people. If you have questions about how to seek people out on LinkedIn or the internet, shoot me a DM and I will be happy to answer your questions. Now, once you have applied and you found the person that you need to follow up with, even go as far as sending them a handwritten note. Yes, you're actually going to have to put pen to paper. It still works. It might be old school, but it's still very effective. People love getting mail, okay? They really do. All right. Now, after you've had your wonderful interview, it went well. As soon as you leave the building, send them an email from the car. All right. Reiterate your interest in the position, address the interviewer by name, and if they've given you a business card, make sure you reference their name as is listed on the business card, and just send them a nice thank you note for taking the time to interview you. Then when you get home, especially if you have a business card, get you a nice card stock thank you note and write them a handwritten note. You will be shocked and amazed how you stand out with those handwritten notes. So do that. Last but not least, if you have a phone screen with a recruiter or hiring manager or hiring authority, and you realize after the initial contact that you are not really interested in that position, please let the recruiter know. Don't ghost people. Ghosting is terrible, it's awful, and it's unprofessional. If you're not interested in the position, tell them you're not interested in the position. Either call them back and tell them verbally, or send them a nice email, or send them a handwritten note. I'm sorry, Mr. Jones, but this position is just not going to be a great fit for me. I wish you the best, blah, blah, blah. Don't ghost people. I deal with this every single day, and it's absolutely just the worst thing ever. It wastes time for the recruiter, it wastes time for whoever's conducting interviews, and it makes you look really bad as well. So don't ghost. Okay, let's recap. Before the interview, do your research. After the interview, send a thank you email. When you get home, send a handwritten thank you note. If you don't know their address, find out the address. Google is your friend. Everybody knows I say that all the time. Send a handwritten note. Don't ghost. Be honest and upfront about your feelings about the position. If it doesn't feel right to you, let the interviewer or recruiter know right away. Okay, I'm going to repost all of my tips from today's video. You will also find the replay on the Get Hired page, as well as my YouTube page under VR Maddox. All right, everyone, have a good evening. I'll see you next Monday night. Bye-bye.